It's actually a 3D printer. The material comes in the bottom here. These are the material bays. There's the model, and the support material comes in on a spool. So those are plastic filaments, ABS plastic. And we've already queued up our job, and so it's asking me to start it. So I'll say, okay, sure. Start the model. And we've already inserted the base plate, which is the black plastic piece inside the printer. And so the model we built on that base plate. It's doing its calibration dance now. You can see that the base moves up and down, and then the extrusion head moves on an XY gantry to deposit the model and support material. And actually the startup process takes a little while, not just for the calibration, but mostly for the warm-up of the different parts of the system. There is two heaters in the extrusion head which melt the plastic as it's extruded, but there's also an envelope heater which warms up the whole build envelope, and that takes a good while to warm up. So we'll cut now and let that happen, and then show you the beginning of the build. So here's the 3D printer actually in action. It's just finishing building the base for the two parts that we're building today. So it builds that base out of the support material, and that provides a flat surface to build the part, and it also allows the part to easily and cleanly release the support, and the build materials are designed to separate from each other easily. So it's just going to finish that, and then it will start building the actual part. Okay, so the rapid prototyper, the 3D printer, has finished building our parts, and so I'm just going to take them out now. This machine, the whole base comes out. You can see the parts there. This is just a little bit of the support material. And so it looks like they look good. So now we have to post-process them. We have to remove the support material and then put threads in the holes. So walk over here and we'll crack them off the base. So this is one way to crack them off the base. We'll just use a scraper and put it vertically in. Let's do a little of that. I'll grab that. There are two parts, the left and right rear wheel brackets, and there's the base. The support material is easily removed from some of the surfaces, especially the bottom, but of course there's still more of that support material. So now I'm going to take this pin punch and poke it out of there. So now that hole is clear, and similarly here. That one, and that's one of the reasons I left that hole there, so you could poke those out. The remaining support material is a little bit more difficult. You can crack those off pretty easily. That bit may or may not come off easily. But no matter how much of this we do, we're not going to get it all out because there are some small holes here, 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 which are full of support material. And one way to remove it is to take a small drill and manually twist that drill through those holes and twist it out. There's also a bit in that hole, which I'm just going to leave. But instead of doing that, we have a chemical process which we will use to remove this remaining more difficult bits of support material. So now we'll walk over to the chemical bath, which dissolves the support material. Okay, so this is our support removal bath. Lift the lid off here. Set it there, and I'll turn the machine on. can. Oh, I've got to turn it on right back. There we go. And there we go. So I've just got it started here. It'll take a while to warm up. Set that there. It both warms up and it agitates the water with a pump. And the water has a basic chemical in it that will slowly dissolve the support material. So put on these gloves. For some reason that's stuck, but what I really wanted was this. A little bit mad about the water level changing. Detects when the water level is too high or low. Okay, so this is a little box that will keep the parts submerged. Just put them in that box, and we'll drop them in the bath. Top on. Let this machine run for 8 hours, and it will dissolve that support material. And then when we come back, we'll take the parts out and we'll put them in this tray, which I'll fill with clean water, and then let that soak for 8 hours, and that will leach out the remaining chemical, and then we'll let the parts dry. And so that's a good way to get the support material out without too much manual work or damaging the parts.